We need you to teach someone else to do it for next time. Because I massively fucked it big time.
That's alright.
Sorry, Sam.
That's alright. Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Yes.
Yeah. So we began last week's session inside a chamber full of a group of knights who yelled that we were more evil fiends to slay. And then they said for Queen Brienne and said for Damara, charged at us. We immediately started in combat. Unger pointed out to Abard that sounds like they're from Damara. That sounds relevant to him. Abard realised eventually we sort of persuaded them to stand down after a bit of a scuffle. Eventually realising actually these dudes are from 120 years ago, but thought they'd only be in the labyrinth for maybe like a week or two. They had been hunting for a wizard called Grezug. Abard realised as well, and they realised that this is actually Abard's great-great-great-grandfather, so the father of Abard's horse. No, the Abard's horse's father. His name is Olbard. They had been hunting for people who killed their queen. And about 20 days before this had happened, there'd been an assassination. They'd be chasing the culprits and followed them into a desert. They were red wizards of Fae, and they then got trapped in the labyrinth. They were very surprised to learn this was 120 years ago, and there was some confusion about how much time had maybe passed. Eventually, after they confirmed that they'd thought about the wizard Grisatus, and we realised the connection there, we all slept and had a good night's rest, so everyone took a full rest. And we then hopped into the canoes, got turned around again in the river, and went straight head to head with the big fucking slime, and had a big old scrap with it, and eventually managed to overwhelm it after we lost a couple of knights in the fight as well. Abard and Olbard, I would say, had a pretty good tussle for who was the most arrogant in that situation. Medica healed someone, I believe, so that's good. But he also did some mad damage with, I can't remember which spell it was, but it did some pretty sick damage.
I think it was and doing Wall of Fire did some amazing damage as well.
Actually, yeah, the tactics for that fight were really good. We cast like a big wall of fire around the slime, and then sort of like pelted it with AoE inside the slime. It was pretty good techers.
It's only taken us 3 years.
Synergy. We then left the room where we'd had the big tussle, headed down the corridor, and we entered into a new room where there is some tiered flooring. There is a tier of sort of glass kind of tiers. One is full of water with some big aquatic creatures in. Then a level that's sort of dry with some big scorpions in. Another tier of water with more watery creatures in. And then a tier below that with some sort of animated kind of armor moving around the bottom. Some ancient looking armored figures moving around at the bottom down there. And
yes.
We don't know what to do.
And
I think we came up with a plan.
let me share this background so Luke can see. This is a visual of the room that you see before you.
Oh shit! Wait. I had you guys maximized, and I wasn't in.
That's all good. If you go into Roll20, you will see a big old picky of what is in front of you. A towering aquarium-like room of multiple tiers.
I'm so sorry.
That's alright. Oh, I don't think I actually pressed straight to players.
Yes.
So I'll bring us back in. You find yourselves looking out. Oh, yes.
Sorry, just before we do, I just wanted to do some really boring housekeeping for Finn, if that's all right, from last time. Just really, basic ship. Just make sure your sheet's right. So you took a long rest last time. I couldn't do that on your sheet, just to make sure you're fully long rested.
Is that at the end
and you used,
of the session?
Yeah, you have a. Yeah, this is like sort of your status at the end of the session would be 1 long rest, and then after that you didn't take any damage. This was a while back, but you used Wall of Fire once at level 4. Sorry.
Cool.
Apologies.
Oh, that's fine.
While we're interrupting the flow of things as well, one thing that I'm not sure you mentioned, Sam, was that your great-great-great-grandfather had a necklace on him, similar to the one that a person was wearing in the other room, that he couldn't take off.
Top points.
Sorry?
Top point note taking.
Yeah, thanks, babe. But that's my only interruption. Please go on.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, that's all good. No.
I don't apologise.
Do not apologise for anything. It is fine. So, I'll bring us back in. You find yourselves looking out and down into an enormous chamber, defined by terraced steps that ring the entire area and descend towards a central enclosure. A few feet south of the door, water laps at the edge of the stone floor. Looking to the side, you can see that the ring of the terrace that lies beyond is 10-foot deep ring of water, held in by a nearly transparent wall of glass. Another of these watery steps in the terrace is somewhat lower than the first. At the level in between these aquariums, the terrace steps are dry, but the area is still enclosed by a glassy wall like the others. Multiple sets of eyes lock onto you as you realise that the tiers themselves are home to various sorts of land and sea creatures. They watch you hungrily. Approaching as close to the glass walls as their enclosures allow. And at the very bottom, a towering figure wearing black, spiked armour, holding between 2 dark gauntlets a large mace, standing sentinel. Guarding behind it a doorway. What do you do?
So, before we go and kill all these things, I believe just a second ago we were discussing whether we would shatter the glass to send the water flooding on down. We could check to see whether they're friendly by talking with them.
Not a bad shout. They are prisoners.
Aye. I can't imagine they want to be here. It doesn't seem like a nice environment compared to where they come from. I can lend my ring to anyone who would like to have that conversation, or obviously I can do it myself.
Didn't we say we were just going to shatter all the glass and fill it with water so everything dies, apart from the water things, which will probably survive?
Yes, but they might be friendly. We might not have to kill them. They might
That's
be
true.
glad for us to rescue them.
They might just be like, please save us. That's why they're coming to the sides.
Yeah, exactly that. They didn't come here of their own volition, clearly.
Oh, all right, you have a chat with them.
Well, you seem quite good at chatting. Maybe you could wear the ring and have a chat, Nubs.
I might even have a spell that allows me to do this. My spells. No, I don't know it currently. Yes, okay, let me borrow that ring.
I imagine Obard Helmer steps into the room and says, Sigmar's balls, what are these beings? And he turns to you, all, we must kill them, yes? They look like fiends.
Not yet,
That's-
friend.
No. Maybe you could help us find them in your book. And then you could tell us how many points they're worth.
Ah, my old book. Yes, bring it here. I can find it.
Yes.
Do you think I have to get close to them in order to talk? Because I don't fancy that.
Close enough for them to hear you. For the water
Right.
ones, you might have to stick your head in the water so the sound travels better.
I'm going to stand here, but well back. Good 5 feet away.
I want to see him put his face into the water.
I've got some ChatGPT artwork to show you I was generating for this that kind of went off the rails. I'm going to have to show you that in a bit when we take a pause. Do I have the ring now then? I'm assuming that's happened.
Yes, the match has passed.
I was going to say, can I give that a bash then? If we try communicating with, say, this little
crustacean-like
creature here?
This is the ring of
animal understanding. So
yeah.
Oh, animal. Yeah, basically means you can talk to animals, I believe.
The ring of talk to any animal you want.
Speak to animals. Speak animal.
Okay. I think this should work as well. I've never done this. I've never shared a token. Do you see a big crayfish?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I tried to actually share a token, but it shared everything to my party. Like, oh, ignore everything.
Yeah, don't do that with any big bads or anything. I imagine actually the token is quite good. This is what, as Nubs, as you start to get closer to the water and you kind of you understand it as you even get closer before you have any opportunity to let words out. It's like kind of scuttles through the water, coming closer, kind of pulling itself half up onto the stone ledge. It can't pull itself up by its claws. Come closer.
I don't want to. That's all I can. Are you friendly?
Oh, it's very, very friendly.
What are you doing here? What's your purpose?
To swim in the waters of where I was left.
Okay, and so you won't hurt us if we come in then?
No. We are free swimming beings.
Are you going to promise that? Because if you don't promise it, we will just fry all of you. We have that ability.
Oh, it is a promise.
Promise is when you say something and you have to do it. You can't go back on it. You have to say it and stick to it.
And we promise.
All right. I'll have a discussion with the group. I'll be back in a moment. Nubs relays the conversation to the group. He says that the giant lobster has promised not to eat it or hurt any of them, but he doesn't really believe him nonetheless.
Well, does he speak for all the lobsters, or just himself? That's one thing I think you need to ascertain, Nubs. Another question is, what are they doing here?
Well,
why are they here? This does not look like their natural environment. I think you should ask them how they got here and if they're happy here.
Asked why they were here. They were said to swim, but that was it.
As you do kind of come closer and you've spoken to this large crayfish, I'd imagine with this, the others on this tier all start to kind of bunch around, getting closer, and you just kind of, Nubs, you don't hear this, all of you just kind of hear like the chattering of like small crustacean teeth or claws, like I mentioned, the claws, like little maracas. No, not maracas. I can't remember what the clappers are called. But you kind of hear that kind of sounds of just like coping claws, and for all of you, just hear that, the sounds of the shellfish and everything, but Nubs, you hear from behind you, come into the water, come into the water.
He says to come into the water. One more question. How did you get here?
We were placed here by someone we did not know. Summoned.
Right. Says they were summoned here by someone you did not know. Was this man wizard-looking? Did he have a big beard, kind of reddish, glowing eyes, slender, gaunt face? Maybe he went by the name Grisolda, or something similar to that. Something with that GR involved at the start.
We do not know names. We do not look at people.
Do you have a name?
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
Andy has got
I think that was his name.
No. He was being quiet for a reason. I say There's two things I would rather do. Option 1 is Nubs goes in first and we watch what happens.
Nope.
Option 2, we kill everything.
What about option 3? We get them to rise up against their master and help us on our quest, like these fellows here.
I like option 3. I think that is very chivalrous.
Nubs,
give me the ring.
A go, then? All right.
Just because they're hideous looking, like you,
Nubs,
some of you
fair
think
enough.
I'm hideous looking, doesn't mean they're not friendly and honourable.
Here's the ring. Here's the ring, Abard. You take that.
We do seem to specialise in uprisings, to be fair. So.
Hello, Charlie?
Hello.
Sorry to interrupt proceedings. Just how do I sound at the moment? Does it sound like it's coming through a nice microphone or a phone mic?
You sound like you're
like
coming
a
through a rectum, but
Correct.
An underground microphone.
Which I think means
Okay.
phone mic. It's not too bad.
So that's the phone mic.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Can confirm.
It was completely shit in the bed on my laptop, and I couldn't join Discord.
Oh shit.
So it's
This
gotta
course
be on my
been
phone.
weird tonight.
Yeah, Discord has been weird.
Been totally
super
shitting
weird,
the
yeah.
bed in general.
I think it's my my laptop, to be honest. Anyway, please continue.
You know where we are, right? So Nubs is talking to the creatures in the pool, the first pool in the room. It's like a reverse cigarette. So there's steps down and there's different enclosures on the way down. Now he's
yeah,
giving the ring to Abard. So Abard's going to have a chance. He's using the ring of animal talking. We'll call it for now. He's giving it to Abard, and now Abard's
Oh,
going to
nice.
give it. They're going to try and get them to rise up against their evil master.
Okay,
Hey, gentlemen!
well,
Sorry, Charlie.
no, you go for it, Sam.
Good day, gentlemen!
Your great grandfather elbows you in the ribs. Maybe we could eat one of them.
Not a bad show. Crayfish. Lovely. Been a while, actually. Seafood.
Angry.
Hmm.
Anyway, don't let me stop.
Yes. Gentlemen! Of the pond. Yes! Click clack. Very good. Right. There's some scorpions in the lair next to you. Do you know them?
We do not know.
Right. Strikes me. Someone's tricked you to be here. I imagine you're probably not best pleased about that.
We are just hungry.
Yes. Must have been a very long time. Do you like scorpion?
What is scorpion?
Oh, delicacy in the south. Beautiful. Very high protein meat. Very strong outer shell, but inside the meat very tender. Quite spicy. Particularly the end bit. Delicious. You yeah. How does that sound?
We are hungry. If we can eat,
Right.
we'll be happy.
Okay. And further down the room, there's another tier of what appears to be more of your fellows. Do you know them? They must be trapped too. Would you like to be reunited?
You do not know others.
Oh, that's very sad. Maybe they're friends from back home. Where are you from? Originally? What's your background?
We are from the abyss. They all
The
agree in
abyss.
trio.
Right. I've never been to the abyss. Sounds. Is it nice there?
What is nice?
Right. Splendid. Okay. Have you tried getting out of this room before? Of your little pond?
You kind of see that the water is low enough from both the stone and the glass on either side of them that they are unable to move themselves above the level to be able to free themselves from the water itself.
Right. I heard there's two fellows at the bottom, quite armoured chaps. Do you know anything about them? Or do they... You also don't know about them, others?
We do not know.
Right. I've got an aching suspicion they trapped you in here. I'm quite confident if you were to help us dosh them off, we could quite happily get you back to the abyss.
Can you roll me a persuasion check, please?
Yeah.
DC is not high on crayfish.
Oh my word!
Well,
I mean, in my mind, the
Oh,
DC was 6, so even a natural 1 manages to succeed despite it being a 7. Yes.
you give it just a Burns like, yes. It like convince them to go, yeah.
Right. If I get into the pond with you and try and lean over the side and have a chat with the scorpions below you, do you promise not to try and eat me?
You hear all of their claws begin to click. Coming into the water.
Perhaps.
Bard. It looks like you're getting ready to get in the water. Why don't, if we want to just get them to get to the scorpions, we could just smash a hole in the glass, couldn't we?
Yeah, right, fair enough. Do that.
Alright, should I just shoot it from a bow then, eh?
Yeah, go on.
Bow of the whistling wind, hear my power. I command you. I'm going to use my once a day charge for the bow of the whispering wind. I think I cast it there. No, I didn't quite. No, sorry. How's this? Go like that, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Hiya! Bow of the whispering wind. With the extra wind added as well, which is I think 1d8.
Does the water slow it down though?
Yeah, 1d10. Sorry. I mean, I'm sort of aiming for like just below. I'm not like aiming for like all the way at the bottom. Just maybe like 10 or so, just like a little.
Kind of like almost at the ridge, enough to kind of crack it.
It's got a lip, hasn't it? So I'm just trying to hit the top of the lip-ish.
Yeah. There's exposed glass. There's exposed glass.
Knock the exposed glass off, but not the stuff that we need to break up.
Yeah, as you say, because I think if you shoot it to water, the power of the arrow would dissipate very quickly. But I agree. That's a good point.
So wait, sorry, are you trying to completely break the glass or just almost like chip off?
Oh, hell yeah. We're absolutely
break the whole glass.
I mean, like, if this, I'm assuming, like, because it's one big glass panel, a little like fracture and weakness like this is going to send. There must be tonnage of water behind it. It's going to,
Oh yeah, a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure. Delta V.
Indeed.
Delta, yeah. Something.
The arrow looses from your bow nubs, and at first it looks like it's almost bounced off the glass. It seems hardened, but then splinters of glass fly, and the water unleashes, tearing the northern wall of glass down, and water descends down, and it creates a wave of force that I am going to get all of the giant scorpions to do a check on strength as they are trying to hold on to their footing as the water comes down and pushes them. Now, only one of them remains on this tier. As water descends down, the others are pushed down into the next tier of water of these deranged looking sea lion creatures. On the final tier is then filled up. The amount of water then starts to flood down into the central tier, filling it up to the height And as it does so, the Sentinel Knight at the base, as soon as water touches the bottom tier, bends and launches itself into a high jump.
Oh, shit.
Flying forward up 2 tiers, lets out a monstrous leap. The crayfish, I would imagine, has started to fall down. With their
My pretties.
Attack of opportunity.
and with that, well, what? Let's do this in this split second. So this is happening all within moments of each other. The water smashing down, pulling beasts down to the bottom. As soon as water touches the bottom tier, the being jumps up with this huge arcing jump, landing in front of all of you. I'll allow a momentary response, not in the form of attack, as I think anyone other than Nubs didn't have any weapons drawn, but what are you doing in this moment?
How far away is Armored Dude?
As in, like, from you?
Yeah.
Right now?
Like how close is he?
Well, technically you were closer anyway, because you were talking to the thing, so
Yeah.
I would say that as the crow flies like 30 foot, that's going down the tiering. He is down... where are we? I don't have the full measurements of the tiers right now. Let me double check what it is. I would say he's about 15 foot down below you.
Take him, my friends! Your time is now! Rise up against your masters!
Okay. With that, let's take a 2-minute break whilst I go grab a beer that I know I've absolutely left in the freezer before it explodes.
Ooh.
And with that, the first thing we'll do is roll an initiative.
Can I,
Excellent.
if anyone wants to, in this interim, I've got something very funny I want to show you. But I'll maybe do it when we
Just
get
wanna
back.
grab some water. Yes.
Is it
Yeah,
your Willy?
It is my Willy, in fact.
Jeez.
Hilarious.
Willy!
Built up to now.
Yeah, I hope it's not going to be a disappointment, at least.
Better not be. Better be pretty damn funny.
I think it's kind of funny, to be honest.
Pretty damn hilarious.
Pretty childish.
Holocaust.
I haven't heard that in time.
Hello.
Everyone back?
Hello.
Why is
Alright,
Joe
so-
streaming? What the fuck?
Yeah, watch my stream real quick, everyone.
Oh, Joe's got a stream.
Yeah, check my stream out.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Can you see my screen
I kind of
Yes.
Yeah.
on ChatGPT?
Yeah?
It.
Cool. So I just had a dumb idea that I was going to call like my notes session. I was going to call it Dungeon Baddies because like it's a joke that Charlie and I have about like gym baddies, but these are the ones in dungeons. So for every like sort of note session, I try and make an image to capture what's going on because there's a bunch of baddies. Yeah. So I said, can you generate an epic fancy art of some dungeon baddies? They're like gym baddies, but are evil and live in a medieval dungeon. Cheers. And so ChatGPT gave me this. You can see the big dudes there all stomped out. I was like, here's an epic fancy portrait of your dungeon gym baddies. An orc and ogre demon and a skeletal warrior flexing their torchlit medieval air, hoping to inspire the next adventure. I was like, can you make them female?
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh my word!
Just keep it
Holy shit!
I did not expect that. I was like, Here's a reimagined with the baddies is called Men of the Women. He's got the Dungeon Vibe and that fierce hot warrior, towering ogre, tall demons, let me know if you have any tweaks. I said, lol, holy shit, I think that might be not safe for work. Maybe they should have clothes on. And it was like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't create or show that. It looks like the image crossed on not safe for work. I'm so sorry. It just starts apologizing for showing me these donkers. Look at those.
Oh my god.
Can you send me that image,
Oh
please?
Please share those. Please share those.
Yeah. And then I was like,
Jesus.
let's just do one with clothes on so I can just use that. You know?
Can you get them to make the boobs much bigger?
I don't think I can. I think I got round there because
Wow,
it's not.
that is
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
illegal.
I think because it was their bare chested.
ChatGPT is really strict on that stuff.
Yeah, and then it's like, okay, they're bare chested. Here they are. Just kidding.
that is amazing. So it knows it can make porn if it really wanted to.
Yeah.
You've had
Yeah. Damn.
Sure.
They must have to put so much
damn.
stuff in to really make sure it doesn't
Let me
make porn.
download that image onto my work computer and send it to you, boy.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll drop that. I'll
Incredible.
drop that in the chat. Sorry, that's all
Good
it was.
job, Joe. That was actually worth the wait.
It was actually
You
worth
didn't
it.
overhype it at all. That is
I think
incredible.
so.
Yeah,
Right.
no, he points to that.
Yeah, that was incredible.
Sorry. It's so funny.
Jesus.
You're so pleasantly surprised to be actually wowed by something.
Yeah, I just didn't think ChatGPT could do stuff like that, and it did. I hope no one
Yeah,
comes into my
that's-
office now and be like, this is not what you think.
Yeah. Oh my god, they'll say this here. How did you get ChatGPT to do that? Tell me how.
I think it's because they were bare chested and I just said it to like make them women because that's what I was thinking of Dungeon Baddies, and it just like took that picture and didn't change anything with the clothes. Donking tits on them. Great. How can I? Yeah.
An idea about how I might be able to get my good mic working. Yeah. I have to go Discord browser version on my mobile.
Oh, not even the app. Wow.
No, been there.
Can't change your mic input on the app, sadly.
Very weird.
On the mobile, anyway.
Right then, boys. Shall we?
Yeah.
Oh, can you guys hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? I
Yeah,
can't see you.
Yes. There we go.
Ah, there we
I'm
go. I
here.
can see you as well.
Exiting Joe's stream made my computer shit the bed. Anyway, let's do this. Please may I ask everyone to roll me initiative. We're going to have
definitely.
quite a lot of people on this, including the
Yeah.
sea lions, giant scorpions, and crayfish.
Maybe
Friendly
they're all
game.
outside.
You also need to bring the knights from the corridor in, please.
Oh my god, this is going to be ridiculous.
Nice.
I imagine Olbard it's like, shouts out, "For Damara!" and his knights kind of come in, "Damara! Ooh!" Let me get them in.
Oh, can I have permission
I
to
am
move
so
Artis
good at
Kimbar's
rolling.
token?
Yes, if you say his surname correctly.
Artis Simbar.
No, said
Timber.
correctly.
Simbar? Heimbar?
Timber.
Gay bar?
I'll
I
give
know,
it.
Artis Heimbar.
There you go. You should
Ah.
have control.
That's
Decent old. That'll do.
Heimbar.
That'll do.
I think he's behind someone anyway. Oh no, that's him.
Don't forget to select your tokens.
I never forget.
Never 5 yet. Tokens.
But also, what is fucking wrong with my initiative rolls? I know I have -1, but I always have like a sub 5. I don't know what's going on.
Have you got Unger's sheet, Jimmy?
Yes. Do you want me to roll for him?
Would you be able to Yes,
See.
please. Yes, please.
Oh, nice.
Go if it came through. Oh, it did. It did.
Just a small little note. I had to clip the image because ChatGPT wouldn't let me download it after it realised it was not allowed. So don't worry. We still got it, boys. It's just
Can
gonna
you
have
also
to-
take can you take the screenshot from like all the conversation, because that would
Yeah,
be
sure, mate. Yeah, no
that would be
worries.
hilarious.
Yeah. Quite good.
Okay, boys. Has everyone rolled?
Yep, I think so.
Yeah.
Then let's sort. Beginning with Arthur's Kindber, Shamash, up on deck.
Right, let's do this. Oh shit, that's me.
Yeah.
Fuck. And then me again. I am not as ready as I should be for this. Sorry. Right, I am going to use my crossbow to fire at this big fellow here because he doesn't seem that friendly, to be honest. I got that vibe from him. So Artus is going to pull out his hand crossbow. I hold a bookmark. There. And fire a shot. Does a 19 hit.
It doesn't. The crossbow
word.
bolt pings off the armor as the dark eyes of the spiked helmet just stares back at you.
Not Smash. Artus is going to fire another one. That 14 definitely won't hit.
Another bolt pings off.
He's immune to bolts! Shouts thingy. Oh my god. I'm also going to use a superiority dice, which Guy assures me gives me another attack, I believe. No, actually I'm not going to use that because I haven't actually spent enough time reading his character sheet. That is it for Artus.
Okay, move to Shamash.
Shamash, seeing all these things very close to him, knows that the only solution, especially in the waving whirlpool of everything that's going on, is to fire a fireball. So, 20-foot radius, so we're going to go for about there. So that should get basically all these creatures in. You see? I'm making big circles with a red line. Cool. So, let's have a go. Fireball. 35 damage to all of these, unless they do a
can
DC
you highlight
15 dexterity.
Can you highlight the radius one more time using the
Sure.
tool?
The actual radius tool.
Yes, please.
Rather than me just grabbing grab. Hold on. Wait, can I draw it? Where is the radius tool? Sorry.
Yeah, so you've gone to measure.
Oh, yeah.
Click on measure, change shape to circle.
Oh, my word. This is genius. Right. So measure from center, so... Yeah, that's about right. Cool. Oh, no, that didn't work. I'll just hold that there.
Yeah, that's fun. I've got it. Thank you. Group check on a dexterity save.
So 15, otherwise it's half, obviously. Ooh, one giant crayfish got a natural 2.
Right, let's go around. We've got one sea lion. We rolled a 7. That fails. 35.
Yep. Oh my god, we've got 3 natural 6s in that. That's pretty good. Oh, bunga.
One giant scorpion down. We got...
Estimate rolls.
You say one of the giant scorpions died?
No, it is damaged though, severely damaged. We got a natural.
That one on the Bunganeri.
Sorry, let me just apply all this damage. And one more. Right. The fireball engulfs this huge wave of beings, and you hear this just through the fire. You hear a collective like groan and squeal of crustacean and sea creature as it kind of blares out into this room, echoing through this weird aquarium hall. You've dealt severe damage to a number of these creatures as the fire ebbs away. Through the fire, you see this kind of sentinel figure clutching its large morning star, there ready to make its next move. Is that the end of your turn?
One last thing. As Shamash fires his fireball, engulfing the scorpions, the crayfish, the weird man with his staff, he shouts at them, "Consider this a warm welcome."
Ooh.
And that's the end of Shamash's
Embracing the Roger Moore.
Yes.
I like it. Okay, we move to Finn and Bracefoot.
Sweet. Finner's not really seen in the room yet, so he's going to see what all the commotion is. He's going to dip, duck, dodge, and dive, using all his movement up to the front next to Abard. Now confronted by an armada of crayfish and the sentinel. Quickly panics and thinks, "Oh God!" And he's going to cast Ice Storm, which has a 20-foot radius effect. Hooray! Around
Lovely.
about. Wait. Here?
Oh, nice.
No, wait.
Same batch.
Yeah.
Yep. I've got it. Yep.
Nice.
Dex. Another Dex.
God, I'm cast
Oh,
as
those
doing
scorpions,
healing.
Jesus.
People gonna be healing
Red Lord.
next.
Oh,
Red Lord of Bane is
Red
rolling
Bear.
shit.
This is a total damage of 24, is it? Wow.
Hell yeah.
Can you just describe to
Look,
me what a ice storm looks like as you cast this Finn whilst I deal the damage?
So I'm assuming the water is a bit ripply at the moment because of everyone splashing around. So off the top of it, you sort of see this wind starting to swirl around, and off the tops of like the top licks of the waves, like I guess where it's foamy and stuff, like you start to see ice like forming off of it. And as the wind speeds up, it just keeps spinning faster and faster until eventually there's this like tornado rising up out of the water. It's just like ice hellhole.
Nice. The ice latching around the crustacean bodies quickly as the fire dissipates, ice wrapping around, almost like the switch from one intense heat to another temperature restricts the crustaceans, and you see one crayfish almost as like you crush a Coke can cripple itself as it shrivells up, and you see all its innards splat out of its body. You see it happen to another.
Do they also freeze and join the ice storm?
Yes, they just kind of wrap up into the ice storm and whirl around. We have one more. The scorpions were half. Okay, amazing. And the one thing that you see though, as through all of the ice storms, swirls around, whipping up bodies of crayfish, whipping against the armor of the giant scorpions who seem to maintain their position. The one figure that stands, or what seems almost unaffected, is the standing sentinel, clutching its morning star as it steps and moves downwards as if preparing itself for its next move. As
Friendly
the ice just starts to melt from its armor.
Until my next go, it's tricky terrain as well with the hailstones.
Got it. Thank you.
Oh, nice.
Half movement then, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, got it.
Fighting the remnants of the blizzard, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You see it kind of hazily through the blizzard as it spins around it. Okay, move to Ungabungason if that's the end of your turn.
Oh yeah. Finnan's like looking in at the figure, going, "Oh my god."
Right then. Ungabungason is going to move forward to see what the commotion is as well. Move to the edge of this ledge here and looking down at this absolute shit show. He is going to pick out the most important looking target to him, and is this huge sentinel black armor, and taking up his spear into his hand. He's going to try to piece him right in the eye slit of his helmet, or any weak spot for that matter. Oh no.
So you're sending the spear to go at any weak spot, sorry? Sorry, Charlie, I missed the description that you gave.
Yeah, just throwing it at the sentinel to land in any weak spot.
Okay. The spear
They can't
goes
bag it.
against. That's right. The spear goes against the armor. You try and find a weak spot amongst any of the crevices around the armor, even around the eyes. It's hard to see anything at first glance as you run into the foray with your team. So you throw the spear, and unfortunately, it pushes itself off, ricocheting off the armor, unable to find a weak spot amongst it. The spear hovering around the room, almost looking for another spot around your proximity. It doesn't hit.
Damn. Unger will utter the words to bring the spear back to him. I do not have my D&D notes on this laptop, so I can't say.
Go. Come on, go. To Bakugo, go.
Yeah, that's all good, don't worry. I'd imagine over time you're able to get to come to an agreement with the spear where you get it down to a few words as opposed to several words. The more through further attunement, it becomes more. Its recall improves.
And that would be the end of it.
Okay. We move to Nubs Grimrick.
Right, so Nubs is also going to join in this AoE game, and he's going to cast level 2 Spike Growth. That's going to be in a 20-foot radius from about the top of this chap here, so it's, just encompassing this area you can see on your map now. And that means, it becomes difficult terrain for the duration, which I guess is already kind of this case, but anything that travels 5 foot has to take 2d4 damage, piercing damage.
Okay.
When a creature moves into that area, or it moves within that area as well. It looks natural, so they can't detect it and all that sort of stuff. So yeah. And that is going to be Nubs' turn.
Okay. With that, we move to this greasy, slimy-looking sea lion as it starts to kind of clamber up and make a move through the spike growth. Can you remind me, does it have to make any save on that, or it's just any movement?
I think any movement takes damage.
Any movement, 2d4.
For every 5 feet?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
It's difficult terrain too. So its movement speed is half.
Okay, for some reason I've lost my toolbar with my measuring tool and everything.
Double terrain now because it's spike and hail.
I was going to say, we would double it up. It would be be doubling up as it's like also in the air and also on the ground.
Quarter of its movement, I guess.
Okay, I have no idea where the measuring tool has gone, so I'm going to have to just use my eye. So it is going to start to try and pull itself up onto one of the next tiers. I'm going to move some of the dead tokens as well, just to make it my life easier for myself.
10 feet. seems to be roughly sort of average.
Yeah.
So that's 4d4. Shall I roll them?
Yes, please roll me.
My God, why am I typing in caps all the time?
Oh my goodness, what's going on with
that
this?
work?
Okay, there we go.
Cool. All right, 9 damage. Not loads, but it's something.
I don't know what's going on with this. Yes, 9 damage. Okay. The sea lion, as it's starting to move through the blizzard, starts to bleed as the spikes start to pierce into its fleshy, flabby skin as it pulls itself up. It is going to move an additional. Where is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to move up to the next tier as it pulls itself up. So please roll it for me again.
Another 10 feet, we're calling that roughly. I think it lays roughly 10
Yeah.
feet. Another 6 damage?
Ooh,
6 damage.
Yeah, I'm not rolling crazy rolls here at the moment. But...
And it
Does
is
that get him
going.
attack of opportunity because he's coming to his range?
Suppose he has, hasn't he? That's technically the square that's adjacent to that one.
Isn't opportunity
Only
attack
if
when
you
you move
leave
out of
someone's
range?
Oh, yeah, you leave.
Oh,
yeah.
is that okay? Sorry.
Yeah, good point, yeah.
Sorry, so I'm just going to reset my roll 20 because it's properly spazzed out. I can't touch anything. Give me 2 seconds. Opportunity attack is only triggered when you move out of someone's range, not into someone's range. Only triggers an attack if you are readied.
Okay, cool.
The sea lion with vicious claws oh my god, roll 20 is really not playing ball with me tonight.
Lager. Discord's been surprisingly okay though, given how we started. Should probably say that, shouldn't I?
Sorry, let me try and load up a character sheet this way. And then it's going to take a bite at Unga Bungerson. Unga, I assume an 8 doesn't hit. As it goes in for another one, does a 21 hit?
21 hits.
21. The second bite, you take 13 piercing damage from the large jaws that through the blizzard, it pulls its mouth outwards at you and attempts and succeeds in biting you.
Damn. How much did you say? How much damage?
13.
13.
I roll 20 is just done fucking retarded.
That's so good. This is
13.
the way
There
of
we
roll
go.
20 these days.
I think there might be some graphic settings you can disable to get it to run a bit better on a shittier, if you go in your settings button, just so you know.
From down the wing.
I don't want to fuck around with anything at the moment. Just gonna leave it.
Fair play.
From down the way, one giant scorpion is going to scale up now the watery tiers and move westwards, scuttling around the corners, as is this one. However, it is in the spike growth. It's going to try and move out the spike growth and the blizzard. Does the blizzard cause damage, or is the blizzard just difficult terrain? I think it's just difficult terrain, right?
Terrain, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to call that rules like him. I'm going to call it because he was right by the edge of it. I'm going to only call that 5 foot of movement. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah.
So 6,
2d4.
1d, was it?
2d4 just for that one.
2d4.
Still takes 5 damage.
And that's exactly the HP it has. As it crawls, as it attempts to crawl out of the spike, I imagine its bottom thorax is caught on a spike and it rips itself in half as it tries to pull itself out of the spike growth, maiming and killing itself. This scorpion is going to run up and it is going to scuttle round to the eastward corner. We move to Kurhi.
Kurohi is gonna sidle up slowly, a bit unsure, bit of a commotion. Sees what he thinks is an outline of someone in the mist, and once again, as always, tries to throw a spore ball at him.
Let's go. Oh,
Fucking hell, every time. Oh my god! Does a 21
Oh, he actually
make
did.
it?
Against who? Sorry.
Our
in
big
the-
boy,
Oh,
Lord Billy Big
Sorry.
Bollocks.
The spore ball flies through. You don't know how, but it manages to just pierce through the blizzard and smacks against the helmet of the knight.
Oh my god, yes.
you hear a helmet
I mean, attack.
Shit!
from inside.
Could he roll a con save?
He may. Let me find count sheet again.
14 to beat.
Oh, I'm gonna roll it with a natural dice because it's taking too long.
Nice.
Ah, it rolls a natural 20.
Oh, damn it.
Show us.
Jesus.
Get the camera.
Oh.
Show us. Come on.
I'm not even lying. I'm gonna take a picture there. You're gonna see the state of
Just
my desk.
happened to roll and
Ah,
No.
It's all
We
good.
just
Um,
happened to. No, I
I thought you
believe
were going
it.
to say natural 1.
Yeah, I was like, oh man.
The knife is now on your side.
What is your command, my lord?
Yeah,
He's going to look
speaks to
down at his
Curry.
baby arm and go, hell yeah. And continue. That's his go done.
I would say that as you look at Corey, as he does throw this as well, his baby arm has already gotten bigger, and you see
Nice.
upon it this wrapped tentacle, tattooed, etched into its skin, or its mushroomy ball of skin.
It's gonna
Friendly game. Does Spore Ball not do bludgeoning damage when it hits as well, or is it just a save?
It's 10 bludgeoning.
Did we? Oh, we
Holy
did that.
shit! How
yes,
hard
it
is
is.
that mushroom?
It's like
I could beat-
compacted. It's 1d8
Well, yeah,
plus
mm.
2 bludgeoning damage, and then there's the con save for other activities.
Yeah.
Just in case you missed that. That's all. Sorry.
Fun activity.
I did miss damage, thank you. Okay, Corey, his spore ball hitting against, dealing damage, but not having it sporific way. One of the sea lions from the rear begins to make its way slowly up the tiering of the aquarium, moving through the watery remains of the glass. That's the end of its turn. From behind, one of the knights, ancient knights of Damara. How far can he go? He's gonna dash. He's gonna dash straight up. He's going to run through all of you, and he is going to jump down onto the tier directly in front
Bro,
of the Dreadlord.
did he just move into the spike growth?
With his he's going straight into the blizzard.
Oh,
He is
no.
balls out into the blizzard. He's jumped off of the ridge, so he lands on the spike growth. So he's only going to take 1d
Yeah, okay.
d4. He's jumped the rest. He is going in.
He has to take 2d4, unfortunately, but yeah, that's the base roll.
That's fine. Can you roll it for me, please?
No problemo. Takes 3 damage.
With
Oh,
that,
wow.
as he lands, I imagine in the air he kind of is pulling his sword from his scabbard as he is like going in for the hit. Although he doesn't get to make that this turn. Another sea lion moves up through the tiers, pulling itself up. Another knight, seeing his brother in arms, is
Damara!
going to do the same, and following him through is going to do the same. Please roll him the same damage.
He takes a 5.
He takes a 5.
starting to understand Abard a bit more now. We see all the ancient knights tomorrow and how they behave.
This giant crayfish is going to attempt to move. Roll me. Well, it's going to try and make its way all the way up. So roll me max damage on.
We'll call that 10 feet.
Yeah.
Up to the next day. Yeah. All right. So it's,
We'll do it
40.
moment by moment, I guess.
Yeah. Sorry about this.
Oh, that's all right.
He takes 11 damage.
Yeah. Again, the spikes just wrap around the crayfish and pull. It gets kind of completely stuck within the spikes, wrapped around by the growth that is constantly moving, and it crushes the crayfish there on the spot. We move around the peripheral area of the storm.
Yeah, so I was going to say that the spikes can't be seen, but the storm, I'm assuming, can.
Yes, it's going to move around. It's not going to venture into the storm. Sea Lion moves around. We move to Abard Helmer.
Abard Helmer, witnessing two knights jump into probably certain death, a single tear rolls down his cheeks.
Oh.
Makes you proud to be Damaran, and is going to leap onto the corpses of these two crayfish. Do the corpses of the crayfish give him any protection from the spike growth? As he jumps onto it.
I'd say you take half.
Alright, we'll give you 1d4 then.
Important question. Does he have a crayfish underneath each foot? Or is he kind of like wearing them like slippers?
I was going to roll 40 down, but you did a great job.
That'll do. And then additionally, Abard is going to look deep into the, I'm assuming, soulless eyes of the
Oh, you see nothing.
And he's going to cast Compelled Duel onto the big fella and attempt to challenge him to single combat. And if he doesn't pass a DC Wisdom save, DC 14, any attacks on any character other than Abard will be at disadvantage.
Okay.
Call that a Wiz DC. I like the name of that.
Do you say, and how do you compel this duel?
As Abard leaps down, he says, "Look, he's only going to attack me because he knows I am the greatest knight of Damara and therefore the biggest threat. Look how he quakes at me."
So with that, rolling a natural 1, the Dreadlord moves its head down to you, the blizzard moving around it, spikes growing around its legs. It kicks one of the spikes and it shatters around its feet, and it pulls its Morning Star back, ready to have at you.
Good! Excellent! This will go very well.
You're about to get crushed in 2
that is
turns.
the end of Abard's turn.
He's got to move.
Okay, Abard, as you do look up, I would ask you to roll me a wisdom saving throw as you step into the aura of dread.
I get advantage against being frightened because of my
This
armor.
isn't being frightened.
Well, like Doom.
Right. Wisdom save, yeah?
You've got
Let me
this.
just let me double check. Okay, no, sorry, it is against being frightened. Sorry. So roll me another. It is at advantage.
A 23.
Well, I
or-
mean, you've already rolled to succeed anyway.
We'll take the 23.
So I imagine, as the Dreadlord's eyes look down on you, this would stun a man, a normal man, into literally shitting his pants there and there on the spot. You, however, let out a small, little raspy toot and pull yourself together because you're a real man.
I'm all shut out, demon!
Is that the end of your turn?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
And probably life, but yes.
Following you, another knight running into the same fray. All Damara knights are taught that courage is something that must be sought and honor must be won. And so another runs and jumps in to the blizzard to fight their foe.
4 damage.
That is
Sorry.
the 4 damage. Yeah, all good. And with that, we move to the Dreadlord, compelled to fight you, Abard. It pulls its morning star back, and as it pulls it back, the morning star erupts with a black cloud that wraps itself around. Red tinges of light dance around every spike on the mighty ball. Your AC, please.
24.
24.
My word.
The morning star comes down on you. I'd ask you to make me a wisdom saving throw against being frightened yet again, as the morning star blows into you and you take 11 piercing damage as the spikes pierce down in to your physical body. You feel a pang pass through it, and you feel fear passing through your veins. Adrenaline surges and at an alarming rate, and you take 14 psychic damage on top of it. It pushes you back,
Row.
and from the morning star, it holds it out at you, and from it, a bolt is fired.
Hey, Bard.
A black bolt streams against your body, and from all of you looking through the blizzard, you see this blur of black just encapsulate Abard's body completely, and he disappears in a beam of black. And Abard, you take 25 psychic damage as a beam engulfs your body.
Hey, Bard, no.
You said I get knocked back.
Yeah, how far does he get knocked back?
Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
How does a 9 do?
Badly. You hang on. Roll me a d10, please. And for every you fly. What is that? 2, 3.
50 feet.
Yeah, no, sorry, not 50. You go 25 feet.
Do I
20
fly, or am I cast across the ground 25 feet?
Oh no, you are kind of being like you're being flung through the air.
Right, above the spike growth.
We'll assume so for now.
Yes,
I
you would
would say
pass
so.
above the spike growth. Yeah.
That's excellent news. Over here.
We're at the end of the spike growth as well.
Good
You know
news,
that.
everyone!
If I just fly out of the blizzard.
Good news, everyone.
Abard was flung across the room, but not
Yeah.
across the floor.
Oh, good. Right in front of one of those sea lions that's now looking at you like, "Grrr."
Yeah, you just see this slimy green sea lion just now like looking over you.
I'm still wearing Shamash's ring, and look over to
Oh
him
no.
and go.
Looking at the sea lion, it's just like it's not even trying to say anything. It's pure hunger and bloodlust is coming directly for you. You don't know how many centuries it has been locked in this place, but all you know is that it is hungry.
Right, good, tremendous. And
Nubs is shaking his head. That's all I'm gonna say.
I like how we just
Boys.
see Abard fly out of the blizzard.
Totally.
We wouldn't have to see into it. Would we?
No, exactly. We
No,
couldn't see
barely
exactly
be able to see in.
Comes up with a
all of
huge
my-
black eye and like bloodied nose, like.
All of my rulers have gone again, so I don't know how far I'm moving this one, but I'm pretty
wanna
sure
rule
it's
it?
going to move 40 feet there. Is that 30?
That's
What is
fine.
that?
Yeah.
Depending on which square,
That-
like 40 feet
Oh,
would
yeah,
be
no,
the
that's
end
fine.
Okay,
of
then.
the thing. Yeah, sure, yeah. If we want in the middle,
Okay.
that's fine. Yeah, that'll do.
Oh, wait. Medica's drift
Yeah, I
guard.
was just saying, Flo has more fucking initiative than I do.
We move to Medica Insanus.
Medica, sensing there is action ahead, he pushes through. I would say Nubs is so small that I just run over him. I don't
Yeah,
need
you
to.
can do that for sure.
Yeah, the Drift Globe is following me right behind me. And as
Oh, my eyes!
I have seen that somebody has been casting an ice spell. I lost my tab there. Ice Storm. I don't want to be outdone by that, so I will cast an Ice Storm as well into these three fellas over here.
These three, the sea lion and the scorpions?
Yes.
Okay, go for it. Oh, big dammy.
But
Nice.
dexterity save is 13. I think it's lower because of my shit. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Describe to me as you finish two of the creatures, the sea lion and the scorpion closest to you are going down. In fact, no. What is that? Yeah.
Okay. So
Two of the three are destroyed. Tell me how it happens.
I will come in and think to myself that non-believers cannot control the elements of the wild untamed better than I do, and then I start conjuring, getting the same energy and the feeding from the previous blizzard that is going on. Even going as far as trying to almost steal the power from that blizzard and implementing it into mine, and I cast another one on those. Almost tempted to move it a little bit so Abart gets caught in it, but I decided to spare him.
I imagine before you do so, the sea lion that is literally bearing down on him, as it dies in front of him, it falls down and just covers him in sea lion slobber. And I'd say that feels nice enough for you.
That is acceptable, yes.
Thinking a bit like, when Gimli's like got that horse on top of him, and then the fucking warg comes on top as well.
Yeah.
And dies.
And I am so pleased at Abart's crawling on the floor, as I presume he is when he was thrown around. As I say him, get up, you lousy fool! You are not done yet. As I cast a healing word on him.
Thank you.
With that,
Everybody gets a thumbs up.
is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
We move to the top of the round, and before we go to Artus Kimber, we move to a layer action of the Dreadlord. As what are the rules in terms of the compelled duel? Has it been broken?
Oh, I need to do a con save to see if my concentration holds.
Wow.
You reckon?
Concentrating after all.
22! I managed to. Abard's brain inexplicably clings on. He
Incredibly
Tiny
concentrated.
brain. Yeah.
He can attack other people, but does so at disadvantage. He has to pass a wisdom save if he's going to move further than 30 feet away from me. So he's 30 feet away from me currently. So if he moves 5 feet to his northeast or south, he'll have to pass a wisdom save.
Okay.
He can attack the dude.
Oh my
so
God.
it's disadvantage.
So I imagine the Dreadlord, still locked onto your body, realizes that you're moving, and it knows that it must kill you. But
With it. And
as it is moving through this area, it also knows that it has three knights who are about to hack at it. And so as it passes by, it is going to swipe at them with its Morning Star. Now, oh dear.
Isn't it artist? Oh, sorry.
With this
No, this is its lair action to take an additional movement. At the top of its turn, it gets to make a move. At disadvantage, right?
It's in,
Just
yeah,
repeat
right,
it.
right.
Disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than you, and must take a Wisdom save each time it attempts to move to a space that's more than 30 feet
That's
away
fine,
from
because a 19 still hits.
Oh, no.
And the first brave Damaran who jumped down, you see his body is swiftly encapsulated into the blizzard as his pulverized torso moves into the blizzard as it wraps around. It is going to use its multi-attack to take another swipe at the one next to it. At disadvantage. Again. With a 20 at disadvantage.
Oh, shit.
And with 33 damage, the Morningstar destroys this knight as he is reduced down to half his size as his spine collapses under the weight of the Morningstar as it crushes him, and he just kind of slowly slides along the floor in the strength of the blizzard, but his body gets spiked upon the growth and just kind of gets placed like a crisp packet stuck against a hedge.
Oh, Jesus.
With those two passing blows for it, it's almost just like swiping nonchalantly as it moves through. It is going to move through towards Abard as it is compelled to make its way to him.
So he's on difficult ×2 terrain, right?
Difficult ×2.
Who gets
It's got
quarter movement.
Quarter movement.
Quarter
and opportunity
movement
attack from one of the
from one of the
main guys,
chaps.
right?
Yeah.
Who is now just covered in the blood of his comrades as Blizzard is just throwing blood in his face. I imagine it's spinning counterclockwise, so he is fully engulfed in their viscera.
He's crying as he hits.
The what is a quarter of? It moves 15 feet.
Okay. He will take
2, 3.
How many? So 64 damage for that.
Yes.
And as you say, maybe an opportunity attack from that. So 17 damage for moving.
He's gonna, yeah. Knight 2 with his greatsword goes to attack. He rolls a natural 20.
Oh my god! Oh wow!
Wrapped in his brother's in his comrade's viscera, he throws his greatsword for Damara and hacks down, dealing 22 slashing damage to the Dread Knight as he finds a weak chink in the armor, and blasts an opening in its back. It is still not even enough for the Dreadlord to even glance at the blow, but at least it has created an opening in it. It can be killed.
39 damage in total, and he's still going. Fucking hell.
Right. That is the end of its turn. We move to Shamash Venkakabradon. Can we quick?
First.
Sorry. Yes, you're right. Can we do a real quick piss break? I'm desperate for a wee.
No worries, mate, yeah.
That's right.
Friendly game. I don't think Olbard had a turn as well.
I know. I realised that. That's why I rolled him in. He sat in at a 14. I will. Sam, you're more than. If you want to take control of your great grandfather, you're more than welcome. By the way, if you fancy.